Would you like to learn how to make videos like this? I've got the directions coming up, so check it out. Subscribe and like, please. All right, so now that you went through my How a 3D Printer Works video, what I want you to do, and if you didn't watch that, please go back and watch that. Now what I want you to do is go to my Quizlet. It's linked below. I want you to make sure that you go through these words. One of the best ways you can do it is by clicking on Learn, and then it's very, very important. Let me zoom in. It's very important you choose options here. You make sure written questions isn't checked. If that's checked, it gets a little confusing. Then you can learn these words, right? The main structure, oh, it's the frame case. The tracks that the extruder sits on. All right, so we go through those. Once you feel pretty confident in those words, and remember, this is for you to better understand how 3D printers work. Then what I want you to do is you're going to create a presentation, a Google Slides presentation, and then you're actually going to record yourself presenting it and telling people about 3D printers and all the things that you've learned. So in this video, you'll be learning how to make that presentation and then how to do the screencast device. So to begin, I provided you the template for a 3D printing presentation. It says choose a theme, and then you must have 10 total slides. The introduction slide I made and 9 more. Each slide should have these things. So first of all, let's choose a theme. So we go up, we click theme, and we choose a theme. You can choose whatever theme you want. Maybe you really like purple. So you choose this one, all right? And then you say by who? Well, this is by Mr. Duda. All right, then you need 10 total slides. And I'll tell you right now, should probably all be similar. So if you hit plus, sometimes it shows up perfectly, and this is the exact layout I wanted. If it's the wrong layout, you can click that down arrow and choose different layouts. I really like these. And to start off, I would just add 9 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have a total of 10 slides. You'll notice there are 9 terms. So you're going to make 1 slide for each term. All right, according to this, on the first slide, it says you need the name of the part of the 3D printer, a description of what it does, and a picture of that part. So the name, guideway / guide rod. So we go here, first slide, we say guideway / guide rod, right? And you need a description. It says the tracks that the extruder sits on. So then you write it. The tracks that the extruder sits on. Perfect. Now you need a picture. So it might be hard to find. You could always click insert image and then search the web, and you might get lucky. You might get lucky. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe you search 3D printer. I'd wait. Normally what I have my students do in my classroom is they actually go up to the 3D printer and they take a picture of it. This could be a decent example of it. And what I think would be really, really beneficial, obviously this is not a 3D printer, but what could be really beneficial, and maybe we just see if we have it on 3D printer. Even more beneficial, perfect, okay. So we get a picture of a 3D printer in there. To identify that part, a really nice way, you could go up to Insert, and actually, you can just click here. We could choose Arrow, and I want an arrow pointing right there. And so now, if we click off, look at that, the track that the extruder sits on, and it's even pointing to it. And if you want to move that arrow around, you can obviously just grab it and change. I'm sure there's formatting things too. You can make it thicker. You can make it different styles and all that stuff. So very, very cool. So that works. So then you're going to do it for the rest of the 9 words, I guess the 8 that are left through here. I would much rather, don't just copy this entire thing, right? Actually type it in there, make it look nice. If you're copying and pasting, here's a little secret. Sometimes when we copy and paste, it messes up the text. Something you can do is when you paste, instead of doing Control V, or you can obviously right click, or 2 fingers on a Chromebook, you can actually do Control Shift V, and that pastes without formatting. So then it doesn't change the text. That'll save you a lot of time. All right. Once you've created your presentation, it's your turn to start presenting it. And the way you do that is by using Screencastify. Now, for those of you that don't have Screencastify installed, I'll show you really quickly on Chrome how to do it. If you click your three little dots here and you go to More Tools and you choose Extensions, then you click here. I'm sure there's a faster way, but open Chrome Web Store. And what you're going to do is search for Screencastify. And you'll say add to Chrome. Mine's already installed. So you'll add to Chrome. Then we go back here. When you click on Screencastify, yours is actually going to ask you to sign into Google. Mine is already signed in, so there's not much I can do for that. But sign into Google. If it asks for permissions, click Allow, and then you'll get to this screen. Then what I want you to do is I want you to click, and actually just choose Default on these. You may not have as many as me. And say default. I don't know if mine's going to work since I'm running my webcam and my microphone. We'll see. When you click record, I don't know if you can see this. There's another one of me. This is where my students get confused. They think they're being recorded. You need to click here and then say share. It'll go 3, 2, 1. Now it's recording. I'm laughing because there's 3 of me showing up on the screen. I don't know if you can see that. And then you're going to present. So you'll say, hey, thanks for checking out my video today. I'm going to tell you all about 3D printing. The first part that I would like to talk about is the guideway and guide rod. It's the tracks that the extruder sits on. Here's a picture of it. And you go through all the slides. Then at the end, I would like you to at least say one thing that you really enjoyed about 3D printers, something that you learned that you didn't know before. So maybe add a slide before you present and say one thing I thought was really cool, and say it. And then when you're done, are going to hit stop sharing. Then what it does is it shows you the details. You'll notice it's actually saving it in your Google Drive. Now, if you didn't sign in with Google, you somehow got in there, it may not save it to your drive. Hopefully you did. There are ways around it. You can always access these videos by clicking here. It always takes a while on Chromebooks, by the way. And if you click here, it'll show you all your recordings. But then what I'd like you to do is I would like you to click, if you're in my class, click copy shareable link. And I want you to share that on the slide in your blog. But I'll get to that in another video. So hopefully this has helped. Hopefully you've learned some really, really cool skills. And now you've learned how to make a presentation. You've learned about 3D printers. And you've learned how to actually present through a Screencastify. Lots of skills you're gaining. Good job. Have a great day.